Okay, so Kamala Harris seems to be the people's choice. At least that's what the media wants you to think, because they're making it so exciting that she is basically taking over President Joe Biden's spot. Well, the interesting thing is that nobody really voted her in, and I know you've heard that, so I'm not even going to get hung up on that. What I do want to talk about, though, is calling forth the ability for you and I to think things through. I mean, the truth is that she is still of the Democrat Party. And what have we been encountering through the Democrat Party? So let me just ask you. I mean, you're paying more everywhere you turn: food, gas prices, entertainment, insurance. Just think about that: home insurance, car insurance, everything is crazy. And in this season where everybody wants your vote, right? For all types of, seats and offices, I want to know, is she really the best candidate for America? Not because she's popular, because she likes hip hop and all that, because she's cool, because she's not some old white man with his little tight suit and his, old fashioned way, and maybe, not because of that. Because we can't base stuff on that anymore. We have to ask ourselves, especially women. I'm talking to women for a moment. As a mom, I have to ask myself, do I want her policies influencing my child? If you've been watching her, you know what her plan is. Her plan is to really open up and support anything that has to do with things that are more immoral than anything. That they want to teach your kids to accept everything. That leaves no room for your family's convictions. It leaves no room for your family traditions. It leaves no room for you to disagree, because what they want to do is break up anything that has any kind of value of a traditional family and traditional views. That's dangerous. Women, we are the ones who have generally been in charge of our children's upbringing. Their friends, we're the ones that are like, well, who's the friend and where are you going? What are you doing? What are you going to go do? That stuff. So why are we going to just hand over a vote when we haven't even taken the time to really research? Now I'm asking you, don't research based on what makes you feel good. What is important to your country? What is important to your children? What is going to be said in the classrooms? Now that she's pushing these policies of everything that may go against your family values, are you okay with that? Maybe you are okay with that. And if you're okay with that, are you okay with it being forced to the point that other people are not allowed to disagree? See, we have to pay attention to what are we voting on? What are we saying yes to? It's not just saying no to some orange-haired man that gets on our nerves because he'll say any stupid thing out of his mouth. That's pretty much what a lot of people who dislike President Trump think. This is about, why are you electing her? Why? What is it about her? Are her financial policies any different than Biden's? What does she think about all the things and the people coming into our nation? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on benefits that you could have gotten for your students and your children, but now they're having to be dispersed elsewhere? These are decisions and choices you're going to have to ask yourself about. We can't continue to vote for people that we like how they look. Do you know so many people loved how Obama looked? He was eloquent. He was an eloquent speaker, and so many people loved him, and they were upset because they would call Trump a liar and they would call other people liars. And I just said, the difference is Obama is just an eloquent speaker. I had another choice of words that didn't have anything to do with cuss words, but I'll leave it at that. He was eloquent. When people know how to present themselves, it can be very deceiving. And that's where America's been offended, where this man hasn't presented himself. President Trump has not presented himself in a way that you're used to seeing people present themselves, that make you feel sure that they're going to do the right thing. But what was the outcome of Obama? Like, how many people really saw their life change because of him? If anything, it began to tear down the traditional family. If anything, your taxes were higher. If anything, you were required to have insurance, and if you didn't, you had a fee given to you. It's time to really learn to research, guys. We've got to become very intelligent individuals. We can no longer be just Americans that are told by the media who's popular and when to go vote for them. We've got to make choices for our own. It's time to stop hating people just because we don't like how they look. You know, there's even research out there that if you see somebody who's good looking, you are most likely to give them favorable attention. And guess what? Kamala Harris is a pretty woman. She's not ugly to look at. So be careful that we don't vote on popularity. Go out there and do your research. This is election year 2024, and we're looking for educated voters out there. Do your own homework. Don't let somebody else make the decision for you. Don't let Univision, Telemundo, CNN, Fox, and any of those outlets. You make your choice. I want to hear from you. I'm Teresa Lusk.